Hello, everybody, and welcome to Desk of Dr. B, Purple Mindset, where I'm here to really talk about just some of the things that keep coming to mind, some of the things that keep happening in my sessions with my clients. And so I just want to be real with you all. And one of the things that I definitely see so often, so often, is that we are carrying the lies that have been told to us. And when I say carrying the lies, let me give y'all examples of some of the lies that my clients have held on to that have been told to them because it was somebody else's pain. It was somebody else that was dealing with whatever it is that they were dealing with, and they're putting it onto you. And that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to accept the fact that somebody else is in pain. And because they're in pain, they feel that it's okay to unleash things onto us, that it's okay to essentially like lie to our face. And we allow them to lie. We allow them to really play in our face, so to say. Let's just call it what it is. We allow people to play in our face and tell us these lies, and we're like listening to the lies. We're listening to them, and that's not what I want for you all. That's not what I want for my clients. And so I'm really just going to be sitting here, just really speaking authentically about what goes on. We are deciding to carry the lies. So drop a like, drop a comment, ask any questions that you may have as I kind of tell you all some of the things that I hear from people. So, one example that I've heard be told to individuals, particularly when it comes to relationships, that it's your fault. You're the reason I did that. You're the reason I left home and was gone for 3, 4, 5 months and didn't tell you where I was at. You're the reason that I treat you as badly as I do. You're the reason for anything that I have control over that I'm doing unto you. And that's not true. It is not your fault that somebody is choosing, and I'm literally saying choosing to not show up. That is their fault. I am not saying that you have not done anything in this relationship that may warrant some need for discussion, that may warrant some need for addressing things. Yet it is not your burden to carry when somebody is choosing to not show up for you. It is not your fault. That is theirs. That is their junk that they are choosing to not address. That is their junk that they are choosing to not be responsible for. And I don't want anybody carrying that stuff. And it happens so often because it starts when we're young. If we are with parents or other adults in our life that aren't healed, that don't have, like their lives together, that are really still trying to process their own trauma, they're going to put that onto us. And it starts there, and we start accepting the lies. We start accepting what someone may say to us as truth. But when we're young, we think it's the truth. Like, why would this adult be lying to me? Not realizing they are just projecting their pain onto us. But it's a lot harder to say I'm at fault. Like that's my junk. Like this is me. That is harder to say than, oh, that's you. Oh, you did that. A lot harder to actually stand up and be responsible for the decisions that you have made. And so when we really think about it and address it and talk about it, it's like, hey, no, this isn't me. This isn't my stuff. And I'm just here changing up some things. I'm like, oh no, I want to make sure that people on YouTube can really hear everything that I have to say. But no, like that's not your junk. That's not your stuff to carry. That's not your burden to carry. And so let us not allow people to speak that negativity into us. So, how it starts young that with I've seen this in teenagers where a parent told their child, I didn't become a nurse because I got pregnant with you. Hey, welcome back, man. And just because that parent did not achieve what it is that they want, hey, free, just because that parent did not achieve what it is that they wanted, they are now putting that onto their child. And that child is growing up. And I remember this girl would constantly say, like, I'm the reason my mom did not do this. I'm the reason my mom did not go anywhere with her career. She just gave it all away. And yes, there might have been some mitigating factors, but that mother did not do what that mother wanted to do because she made decisions, she made choices. But that child is carrying the burden, is literally carrying that burden. And that's not your burden to carry. That's not your lie to carry. And we start when we're young, and then we continue to do that as we get older. We're listening to what our partners are telling us. We're listening to what our friends are telling us, particularly if they're saying, it's your fault. You're the reason I can't move forward in life. You're the reason that I'm not able to do anything that I am trying to do when it is not your fault. That is theirs. But what happens is, because we're human, we're listening to the words that are being spoken to us. We are listening and we're taking it in. We are soaking up all of that energy, sometimes negative energy. We are soaking it up. Thank you all for joining. We are soaking it up. And no, that's not for us. That is their junk. That is their drama. That is their hurt. That is their pain. When we sit in it, as I like to say, if we decide to waltz and dance with the lies, I'm going to assume and take it on as though it's me. I'm going to assume and take it on as though there's a problem with me, and there really is no problem with you. You are just fine how you are. It is the person that is speaking to you. So then let us fast forward. Who are we allowing to speak into our lives? Who are we allowing to tell us which way we should go, how we should do it, and where to go from there? Because if I am actually talking to broken people, and we know who's broken in our lives, we know who does have things together. And I'm not talking about perfection. I am not talking about somebody has to have it all together. But are we paying attention to who it is that we are opening our lives up to, whether it's an intimate partner, whether it's a friendship, people at work? Why am I opening myself up to you for you to pour, more like spew? Can I say the word vomit onto me your issues? Your issues are not my issues. But if I open myself up, and unfortunately, if I deem you as somebody that's important, what am I going to allow you to say to me? What am I going to allow you to speak to me? And that's where the problem comes in at, is that not only am I accepting the lie, I am going to people who do not deserve to have a seat at my table. I'm going to people and giving them a front row seat to my life and asking them to come in and asking them to say whatever it is that they want to say, and asking them to just speak whatever it is you feel like speaking to me. And it's like, no. Hey, thank you all for joining. What comments do you have? Definitely drop them in there about we, and it's us, we allow somebody to drop these lies, to drop this negativity onto us. And I see it so often. I see people feeling as though I can't get anything better than what it is that I have. So I've got to accept whatever is coming at me. And it's like, no, you don't. You do not have to be that way. You do not have to settle and accept the crumbs that are being left for you, because you're so much more than those crumbs. You're so much more than that. It's just you believing that there's more to you than whatever anybody is saying. Because if we are believing in ourselves, if we are loving ourselves, if we know that we are somebody, I'm not going to accept your lie. I'm not going to accept the negativity and the junk that you want to bring to me. I'm actually going to start creating those boundaries. And those boundaries are going to say is that you don't get to speak into my life. The boundaries are going to say, what purpose do you serve? And when I say that, it's not about saying that somebody is to be giving me money, is to be showing up for everything that I have to do. It's not about any kind of tit for tat monetary gain. But what purpose do you serve in my life for you to be saying the things that you are saying to me? I've got to guard my mind. I've got to guard my heart. I've got to guard all of that because that is my responsibility. It's not theirs. Realistically, they could say whatever it is they want to say, but why am I allowing you the space to speak to me like that? No, you don't get to talk to me like that. And when you do decide to talk to me like that, am I nipping it in the bud? Am I already addressing and like, not me? You will not come at me like that. And it's for us to speak up for ourselves. It's for us to be our advocate. So I'm going to go back to the lies. Don't accept them. We do not need to be the kicking can. We do not need to be somebody's rock that they are kicking around because they're having a bad day. They're allowed to have a bad day, but that bad day does not mean that you are supposed to treat me like crap, that I'm supposed to be there for you to pummel upon. Absolutely not. So, what do you all have to say about this? Have there been people in your lives that have just been like, you're draining me? You have nothing good to say to me. Thank you for joining, Arden. You have nothing good to say to me, but yet I still keep letting you around. And so that's another question is why do we allow people to treat us and lie to us and speak to us in a way that I don't want to be treated? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Where am I at mentally, emotionally? Where are you at mentally and emotionally so that you can show up for yourself, so that you can say, I can reclaim my life. I can stand on my 2 feet and say, no. I have the ability to say that I deserve to be treated a particular way. I have the ability to say, I am worthy to be treated this way. And that's what deserve means. Deserve means that you are means worthy of. So when I'm saying what do you deserve, I am saying what are you worthy of? And it's not for those that are around us to see what we deserve. It's not for those that are around us to say you're worthy of that. It is for me to know my true worth, to know what I deserve. And it's for me to walk in that truth of I deserve to be treated this way. I deserve to be spoken to in a way that is uplifting. And if you cannot speak to me that way, you need to move on. But are we kicking people to the curb? Are we saying, you know what? This is the line that I refuse to allow you to cross. Put that line in the sand. Put that line in the sand to say, not today, not me. It's on you. It's on you to say what will happen in your space. What is going to happen that's around you? Because it's for you. This is your life. And we only get one of them. So I personally want to live my life to the best of my ability. And I've had to create some of those lines. I've had to create some of those boundaries. And when I say I've created boundaries with people that are on my family tree, not just people that I've befriended, but yes, on my family tree, I'm not going to allow this because if I won't allow that from the person in the street, why am I allowing it from you? Why am I allowing anything that does not serve me to happen to me? I'm allowing it for various reasons. Maybe you caught me at a moment where I'm probably just kind of giving in. I'm not in my best mentally and emotionally. And that's okay that we have those moments, but let's not stay in that moment. Let's not stay in that place where I am putting other people before myself. I am prioritizing everybody else but me. Because when I begin to prioritize everybody else but me, I'm willing to accept the lies. I'm willing to allow people to treat me in a way that I don't want to be treated just to have somebody around. Absolutely not. I like peace. And peace can be quiet. Peace can mean I'm not being stressed. What is your peace? What lies did you accept at one point in time and now you realize those are just lies and I will not continue to live my life like that? That is what this space is for. This is what it is that I see in my practice. A lot of people trying to get rid of the lies, get rid of the mindsets that have been told to them, get rid of all of that that's been given to them that they didn't ask for. They didn't ask for this. Somebody decided to give it to them. So so now what do we do? Like, we're in this, but it doesn't have to be. Like, it doesn't have to be. And it's for you, it's for me as well, to know what doesn't have to be. Nothing has to be. We are just choosing to allow it to be. So then I've got to address myself. I've got to look at myself. Welcome. So glad you're here. So glad you joined. And we're talking about not accepting the lies that people tell us, not accepting their truths that don't align with us to just fall upon us. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because I'm my own person and I'm going to walk in my own truths. I'm going to walk in my own faith. And if I have to walk by myself, I'm willing to walk by myself. Are you willing to walk by yourself? Are you willing to stand there and know that you might be alone? But being alone means that, like, I'm at peace. I'm okay. I'm chilled. So don't accept the lie. That's what I'm here to say to you all. Don't accept those lies that your mom told you, that your daddy told you, that your auntie, cousin, uncle, everybody else told you. Even if your siblings are lying to you, you don't have to accept that. If your coworkers are lying to you and you just know that just doesn't sound right, don't accept it. If your friends are blowing smoke, you know what? You don't have to accept that. We don't have to accept it as truth. Don't accept it as truth. Your intuition is telling you something. So, what is your intuition telling you? Follow that intuition. You don't have to carry the lie. You don't have to carry the weight of somebody else's hurt, somebody else's burden, somebody else's down moment. That does not have to be yours. Please, please don't let that be yours. It is not yours. I want you all to know that. Like, that is the purpose of all of this, is just to know that you're allowed to be who you are. You're allowed to be your authentic self 100% of the time. And when we are deciding to be our authentic selves, we are choosing to not accept what somebody else wants from us. It's not about not making accommodations, not hearing our partners out. I'm not saying any of that. What I am saying is that, am I going to ingest this lie? Am I going to ingest what it is that you are saying to me and live it out, knowing that it's doing nothing but hurting me, knowing that it's not helping me at all? Or am I going to hear what you say and decide you're not for me. Because if that person was truly for you, would they really be kicking you while you're down? Would they really be coming to you with nothing but negativity? Would they really be saying, it's your fault, it's your fault, it's your fault? I'm not saying that there might not be anything for you to address, but why is this person constantly coming at you and saying that everything is your fault? Why are they not accepting any kind of responsibility? Why are they not taking accountability? You're the only one that's supposed to take accountability in this? I think not. But if you find yourself there, constantly taking accountability for things, constantly carrying the weight of the relationship, constantly carrying whatever anybody is trying to put on you, where does that leave you? How are you doing mentally and emotionally when we are allowing all of that to take place? And I keep saying allow for a reason because you're in control. You are in control of the life that you are living. You are in control of whatever it is that you are wanting. Yes, there are other people at play. Yes, there are things that we are going to have to do. But I am choosing my own happiness. I am choosing to show up for me every single day. Every single day, I'm showing up for me. Whether those that are watching like it or not. Because when I lay my head down at night, I want to be happy with me. When my clients lay their heads down at night, I want them to be happy with themselves. Are you happy with yourself? And if you're not happy with yourself, who you keep? Who's around? What company are you keeping? Are they lifting you up or are they tearing you down? What are you mentally thinking about? What are you digesting? What are you following down that rabbit hole? Because that's on you. So, who do we have around us? What are we thinking? Am I speaking positively to myself? Am I lifting myself up? It is not for us to look at others to do it, it's for us to do it for ourselves. And am I accepting the lies that other people are choosing to give to me? Am I accepting that somebody is ready to quickly say it's my fault? Am I willing to accept the fact that I might be surrounding myself by people that are not willing to take accountability? There are things that we can control, and those things that I just listed, you could control them. What am I thinking about? Who is around me? Who's in my circle? Do I need to, clean house? Like we declutter. Right now we're in fall, and so in the spring everybody wants to declutter. We're decluttering our homes, but are we decluttering our minds? Are we decluttering our relationships? Who does need to be here? Who doesn't need to be here? Who served their purpose and it's time for them to move on? Just because you've been there for 20 years doesn't mean that you're supposed to stay there for another 20 years. Excuse me, that's okay. Create the life that you want with the people that are around you. If they're not for you, let them go. If they're not being positive enough for you, let them go. If they're not trying to pour positively into you, if they're not trying to come with something that's worthy, come with something that makes sense, let them go. Because when we continue to hold on to people, things, places, whatever it is, because you've been there forever, because I've known you forever, because you are what I know, because I do remember 10 years ago, 5 years ago, you did do this. Okay, and are they that same person now? Is that what you need right now? Let us not get caught up in the lie. Let us not get caught up in the past. Yes, that's what it used to be, but that doesn't mean that's what it is right now. What do you need now? What decluttering do you need to be doing in your heart, in your mind, in your space, in your groups? What decluttering? I don't know. Only you know the answer to that. And so it's for us to really sit and figure all that kind of stuff out. But I'm here to just say, like, don't accept it. Don't accept the lies. Don't accept that this is my life and there is nothing else to it. Like, this is what it's going to be, because it doesn't have to be that way. None of it has to be that way. It's going to take work. And it doesn't mean that people want to like the decisions that you make, but it's not about them. It's about you liking the choices that you make. So I thank you all for joining, and I look forward to seeing you in my next live.